All right, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Where's everybody? Where is everybody?
Everybody here. They're coming.
They're coming?
Mhm.
On vacation.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So, does anyone want to have questions from your assignment? Or should we just move on?
Yeah, we have questions.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Show me your screen. Let's look at it. All right. Who's sharing the screen? Who has the question?
I will share it. Yes. The problem,
Okay.
first one is the problem. How to solve it?
How to solve it? Who got this one right? Lynn? Lynn, you got this right. Huh?
How do you know?
I just guessed.
Huh?
Because I'm very smart. I just cannot guess. So how did you solve it? Did you solve this one?
Yeah. But it's
He's gonna say, I just guessed.
I just guessed.
Oh, you.
No.
Oh man.
Last night, my husband taught me. So.
Oh, good.
Your husband did this?
Yes.
No way. That is totally unacceptable. Where's your husband? Bring him to Zoom. Let him come to this class.
If I have some question, I don't understand. I just ask my husband.
Ah, good.
Okay, Lynn, when you go to work, are you going to go with your husband to work?
You have to call him and
I don't have job.
Okay, all right, who got this right? Nobody got it right. So, Anu, pull up your calculator.
Oh, you want me to
Pull up your
share the
No, yeah,
calculator?
Yeah. Just share your entire screen. That way we can see what's going on.
I don't know how to do that.
There's the option to share your entire screen, like share the screen, not just Share, yeah, just the screen, the whole thing. I think it's the first option to your left, top left. There you go. All right,
Got
so
it.
click on the calculator. Yes. Yep. That's it right there at the bottom of your, okay, yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's too big.
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Minimize it a little bit. Minimize it a little bit.
Okay.
Shrink it from the right side. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, could you move it to the left? Let's see the numbers. No, it's too small. Yeah, push it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So the question is, so how many kilobytes do you see there? 2545. So type in 2545.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have to convert. So you have, first of all, you have to convert to bits,
Yes.
right? It says that at a speed of 150 bits per second, right? Bits per second. So no. Wait. What you do?
I convert it into bits by multiplying with 8. Means 1 byte equal to 8 bits, and 1000 means
No.
1000.
No.
Oh, okay.
So how many, first of all, what you have there is 2545 kilobytes, right? 1 kilobyte is 1,000 bytes, right?
Yes.
1 kilobyte is 1,000 bytes. So first of all, you have to multiply 2545 by 1,000, I think.
Multiply or divided?
Oh, multiply.
Not
Okay.
you multiply 2545 times 1,000. Is it
Yeah.
1,000?
Yes.
All right, that will give you 2,545, 2,545,000 bytes. This is bytes.
Yes.
So now we have to convert this to bits,
Yes.
right? So how many bits? So this is 2,545, sorry, 2,500,000 bytes. So to convert this to bits, you multiply by 8,000, right? Or by 8.
8
Yeah, A. Time A.
times
Is it
8.
times 8? Times 8?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so this is 20,360,000 bits, isn't it?
Mhm. Yes.
So let me see if I'm right, because I haven't worked this out myself in a while. So if we divide this now to get it into, you know, how much time per second, right?
Mhm.
So we divide this by,
150.
let's see if we divide it by 60.
Okay.
What are you doing? Why do you have 15 there?
150, 150 is also there.
Okay, 150 beats per second. Okay, I think you're right. Yep.
Okay. Let
okay.
me do one more time.
No, just click on history. Don't you have history there?
Where?
Click on
where is-
history.
Here. History, where is-
What's your history?
I don't know. Okay, I will do fast. Into 8,000, right?
No, change. No, hang on. Change
Change
your
it.
programmer to standard. Change the programmer to standard.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
standard.
Okay.
Okay, now click on history. The top right icon. Top right. Yeah, right there. Oh, okay. You did it in programmer, so it didn't save the history.
Mhm.
All right. So let's do it again. So what did we do? 2,545, right? 2,545
255 into 1,000
times 1,000
into 8.
times 8.
Yeah. Now?
Okay, so you said we'll divide by 150, right?
Yes.
and then divide that divide by 150, then divide that by 60.
Yes. Divide by 150 is equal to this much, and divide this by
So if we divide this,
60.
so this is a. Go ahead.
Right? Can I do? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now we have to divide it by 60 again, right?
Yes, divide by 60 again.
Yeah. Oh, 37.
So 37 hours. That's it.
Yeah. Got
Lynn,
it.
is that how your husband did it?
Yeah.
Or you were just sleeping when he was doing it?
No, he showing to me, but I forgot.
Lynn went to bed and said, "Okay, take care of it. I'm going to bed." So that's how you do it. You have to first of all bring everything to bits, right? So remember, it's in kilobytes right now. You see, when you have the KB, the capital letters, uppercase KB, that is kilobytes, right? And 1 kilobyte is 1,000 bytes. So you got to convert the number to bytes. And then you convert the bytes, you convert the bytes to bits. And then you divide by the speed. So I think maybe you guys missed maybe 1 or 2 steps there, because most of you did 3.7 hours or someone said 37 minutes. Alex, makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arch, did you get this right? Because I didn't see yours. I think you did your assignment this morning.
No. Yeah.
No, yeah. No, I didn't get it right. Yeah, I did this morning.
Yes.
How about Kaush?
Yes, I put 37 minutes. I did this calculation the right way, but without hours, I put 37 minutes.
So you got 3.7 hours.
Yes, 37 hours, but I put 37 minutes. My answer is wrong. I check the answer 37 minutes. Wrong one.
Oh, so you're saying you did this calculation, but you wrote 37 minutes instead of hours?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, it's a bit complex. I know that, but that's why it's 4. In fact, this should have been 8 points. If you got it right, you get 8 points. But the problem is if you don't get it, then you lose a lot of points. So, all right. What other question?
I'll ask one more. This is my mistake. Huh?
Yeah, fiber optic internet. Yeah, that's from Verizon Fios.
Yeah, I did it like this. And last one is about NAT. Turns on your computer and handles the translation of private IP address to public IP address.
So why did you select true?
It's true. What we have discussed in the class.
Okay, could you read the question?
Network address translation runs on your computer and handles
Runs on your computer. Runs. It doesn't run on your computer. It runs on the router.
Oh.
Okay, is the one, right?
Yeah. I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't run on your computer.
Okay.
Even Lane's husband got this wrong too.
No. This question I know. This my doing right.
Oh, you did it yourself.
I did, okay.
So it doesn't run. So that property doesn't run on your computer. It runs on the server, or on the router, not on your computer. So you didn't see that part.
Yes. Okay, I came to know now. No problem.
Yeah. So when you read, you got to look at it carefully. Like, oh, what's he saying here?
Yeah, even first question also like that. You gave me a tricky one, first one. Yes, this about
one?
No.
this first question.
When I have a question, I don't understand, and
Yeah,
I ask my husband.
They said he here at the end phone. So it's very silly.
So May, you selected true. Why?
You have to be very careful.
Yeah,
here in this place.
like Anu said, I read a question like just to make a mistake. It's over by phone, so
They said here a phone, yeah.
I,
There is no LAN for phone, right?
Yeah, so they're on the phone. They are sitting down in the same office on the phone, and they are dealing with many clients all over the world,
Yes.
right? So 8 employees at that company, they are working over the phone. So it is not a WAN. If this 8 people were all over the world, then you can say it's a WAN, but they're just one office, right? So you got to read the question a little bit carefully. All right, any other question?
That's
Arch, what kind of problems, what other problems did you have, what questions gave you problems?
Yeah, I'm confused and I didn't read that one. I done that very fast. This,
You went very fast, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I didn't read.
Why? Because it was almost deadline, right? You're just going
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Any question
How
you
about
want
Alex?
to ask?
Alex, any questions from any of these ones?
Actually, no. I'm aware of the mistakes that I made. Actually, on that calculation, that was totally confused on that.
Yeah, you have to convert that about 3 or 4 times. Then you divide about 2. You multiply, then you divide. It's like 4 steps or 5 steps. Okay. All right.
Okay. Can you
Let's.
close it? I'm
Yeah,
closing this.
that's
Okay.
it. Yes. Okay. So let's go to. Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is about security. Chapter 9 is about security. Security concepts. Security concepts and threats. Ling, what do you understand by a threat? You know what that means? Not a treat like cookies, a threat. Treats are, sweets and candy and cookies and stuff like that. But a threat.
No treat.
Okay, I'm sure you know treats. So threat. So what's a threat? Okay, let's see. Somebody else wants to try. What's a threat?
Threats, just reminder, forcefully reminder.
No. We
By
can
force.
say a danger. A danger.
Oh, you said a force of danger?
Yes, force of danger or force of reminder. Reminder.
Oh, well, let's see what it says here. I'm not so sure that that's it, but let's see. I think you're close, but let's see.
On kind of fear.
Problem.
Thing,
Yeah.
like a virus.
Trouble. Problem. Warning. Yeah.
Okay, so
warning
let's
is
see what it
correct.
says here. So right here it says a person or thing likely to cause damage or danger. Likely. There's no danger. There is no damage yet, but it's likely, right? Like if we say that very heavy rains are a threat to the public, right? A threat. That is a lot of, or like the pandemic, right, poses a huge threat, right? It's likely to cause damage. It's likely to make people sick or even die, right? It's likely. So a threat is when something is likely to happen, right? So that's what a threat is. There may not be any danger yet, but it's saying it's likely. So that's a threat. And that is part of what we look at in security, is trying to look at what threats, what kind of things threaten our security, right? And how can we minimize that or stop it altogether, right? How can you minimize threats or stop it altogether, right? Or rather, how do you protect yourself from threats? You can't stop a threat. There's always going to be threats. How do you protect yourself, your organization, your data? How do you protect yourself from the threats, right? With the coronavirus, how do you protect yourself from the threat of sickness or death? They tell you wear masks, right? Social distancing, 6 feet apart, stuff like that, right? That is how you reduce the threat, or you protect yourself from the threat, impacting you, right? You reduce the likelihood of being affected. So there's always a threat when it comes to security. There's always a threat. But then what do we do about it? So we're going to look at that. Let's go all the way down to the summary here. He says we've got to know the 3 types of intellectual property. Intellectual property. What's intellectual property, Anu? Right here. Trademarks, copyrights, patents. Trademarks, copyright, things that are produced by somebody else, right? For example, if you do a Google search and you say wallpaper, right? You do a Google search and you say, for example, you say, oh, wow, I like this picture here. You say, I like this picture, right? So you say, okay, you know what I'm going to do, Anu? I'm going to take this picture, I'm going to print it on a postcard, right? Or, on a Christmas card or Halloween card or whatever. Just print it out somewhere, put my name, and sell it for $2 for each card. I'll sell it online. That's okay, right? Anu?
Too expensive.
Oh, man. Is that the problem, that it's expensive? Is that the problem? Is that the problem? Oh, man. Who said? Lane, I don't even believe you said that. You mean that's the whole problem here, the price? Seriously, can I do that? Even if I was going to sell it for 5 cents, is that okay, right?
No.
Why
it's
not?
Not yours. It's not yours. It's somebody else.
It's not mine, but I found it. Online. Everything online is free, right?
Maybe that permission you have to take it.
Okay. Maybe there are permissions. Now look at this here. Look at what it says here, right here. You see that? You see what it says here?
Oh, copyright.
It says images may be subject to copyright. That is, somebody owns that picture and put it there. It belongs to somebody else. If I want to use that picture or anything online, I have to find out, well, can I use this? Do I have to buy it? What do I have to do? Right? So talking about copyright, trademarks, things that other people produce. It says, understand confidentiality concerns. Right? You might have heard of, social engineering, dumpster diving. Anybody heard of dumpster diving? Kaush, you know what dumpster diving is?
What is that?
No,
You never heard of
No.
dumpster diving?
no, I
No.
know diving, but I don't know dumpster diving.
diving in the dumpster, jumping in the dumpster, right?
Why would someone
May, you
do
heard of
that?
dump? Alex, go ahead. You said what?
Why would someone do that?
Do what?
Diving in a dumpster full of trash?
Wait a minute. Dumpster diving is not diving in a dumpster.
So it's about
It's a security terminology. It doesn't mean that you are jumping into trash on the sidewalk. So dumpster diving, what it means in security, right, is, okay, let me ask you this question. Let me pull this up here. Okay, so Alex, here's a question for you. When you take out your trash and you put it on the sidewalk, who owns the trash? After you put it on the sidewalk, who owns it? Who does it belong to?
I never thought about it.
Okay, think about it now. When you take out your trash and you put it on the sidewalk, who owns that trash? Who can take it?
The truck,
Corporation, city
who,
corporation.
the dumpster truck.
The dumpster truck? Okay, who else can take it? I mean, who actually owns it when it gets on the sidewalk? Do you own it? You put it there, but do you own it?
No.
Government,
The government owns it?
yes.
City corporation track.
The city owns it? The government owns it? The dumpster truck owns it?
Anybody can take it if you want.
Trash collection.
Exactly. Once you put your trash on the sidewalk, it belongs to anybody who wants it. Once you put it there on the sidewalk, anybody can take it with no problem. It belongs to anybody.
Wow.
It doesn't belong to you anymore. I mean, you can take it back into your house if you want, but once you leave it on the sidewalk, anybody can take it. And there's no problem with that. Okay? Now, what is dumpster diving? Dumpster diving refers to when people go into the trash to look for important information that you have put in there. Something they might find valuable. I'm not talking about looking for food and looking for, soda cans. Maybe that's a type of dumpster diving. But in security, for example, look at this here. Sometimes when we throw away trash, let's say, let's see this picture. Okay, look at this picture, for example, right? Let's see, 1 second. All right, let's look at this picture here. All right, now look at this picture here. You might see some folders. You might see important documents there. Like when people throw away their trash, what can you find in the trash? Like what? Besides food and stuff. Like what's important that some people throw away? Like documents, like what?
Yeah, private information like name and address and their phone numbers.
Yep.
Or maybe
Like
the
letters, sometimes
citizen
it's
also.
your letters,
Sorry.
your credit cards, maybe even your prescriptions, right? You throw away documents, credit, people throw away medical bills. You put all that stuff in the trash, right? Dumpster diving is when people that are looking to harm you, they go into your trash and look for information about you that they might use for something else. It's a very serious aspect of security, data security, digital security. It's a very important concept, right? You know what I do? I teach my students this. Anytime I'm going to throw away any paper that has my name or my address or my phone number, you know what I do before I put it in the trash? I put it under water. Then I squeeze it. Then I put it in the trash. Because once it dries up, that's it. If you try to open it up, it's gone. I teach security, so I take it very seriously.
Yeah,
Because sometimes, what's that?
Oh, if you want, they can shred it.
Okay, so let me tell you something about shredding. I mean, shredding also works. It's pretty effective. But people who are professionals, right? Professional attackers and professional hackers, right? They have a lot of time. They are not in a hurry at all, right? So let me show you something. Let me show you this. All right. Now look at this. This is a little bit small, but maybe you get the idea. Or let's see, maybe see another one here. Okay, yeah, this is better. All right. Now, people who do this kind of stuff, they have bad intentions. They have a lot of time on their hands, right? They can take all the documents, all the shredded pieces, and start trying to assemble them together. See, when people are desperate, right? Very, very desperate, and they think that there's some information they can find, they will take the time to, try to put it together. I'm not saying all the time, but if people are desperate and they think that maybe you're a bank manager, right? And maybe there's some important information there, they can spend the time to do it. Right? So there's a lot of things that we have to do to try to reduce the impact of people taking our stuff. So dumpster diving is a very important concept, right? That can pose a threat. The kind of things that we put in the trash. One time I gave my students a kind of a field trip, a field exercise in school at UMass Boston. So they were supposed to go around the campus with permission and look at different trash cans and see what they can find, just for a field experiment. Somebody found a check, right? Like a check that somebody had written, a check for $250. And that check, when you get a check takes about 6 months before it expires. This check had not expired at all. It was signed and everything. We were very surprised. Somebody found a CVS prescription. Now, what do you see on the prescription? What kind of information is on the prescription? Things like your medical record number, your doctor, your pharmacy, your drugs, right?
Your date of birth.
Your date of birth, exactly. Your date of birth. Maybe your social security number. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. But vital information that people can take for free because you put it there, right? So it's for free. They didn't steal your information. You put it out there in the trash. What of where else can people find information about you? What of social media?
Facebook, Twitter.
Okay, so what kind of information can you find on social media about somebody? Can you find their name on social media?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes people's names. What of their school?
Yeah.
Can you find people's school that they went to?
They are
No.
from which
Yes.
city?
Yes, some work.
They are
What of
from-
where you work?
Yeah.
where do they
Okay,
live?
what of family pictures?
Mm.
Family pictures, right?
Mm.
What of children? Children's names,
Mhm.
right?
Birthdays also.
What of-
sometimes. Their birthdays,
What
children's birthdays, so they're putting the
birthday? Exactly, birthdays.
Mm.
Birthdays. What of high school information? What of where you went on vacation? You're like, hey, guess what? I went to France. So all this information is on social media for free.
An important
So-
information that it can be found to is the name of your pet. One of the most often questions that is asked on that those recovery questions.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly, pet names. Now, there's another concept that is called social engineering. This one here. Let me increase this thing for you guys a little bit. Maybe make it bigger. Let me go down here. All right, what is it? Social engineering. Okay. So what is social engineering? Well, social engineering is when you use information that you found about somebody to get even more information. So you take that information, right? You pretend like you actually know the person. For example, if I go on your social media and I see, let's say, I don't know, your children's names, and I see where you work, I can look for your company. Let's say you say, I work at, say Amazon, for example, right? Well, I can try to find where you work and then call them and say, oh, I want to speak to my neighbor. We have a problem in the house. Your neighbor? Who's your neighbor? My neighbor is Lynn. Her name is Lynn. Her husband helps her with her homework all the time. Oh, that Lynn? Okay. What can I do for you? Well, her children, her children's names are blah, blah, blah. Oh, can I talk to her? It's very urgent. You're trying to use some information. You don't have all the information, just some to get more information. So your coworker tells you, Lynn, there's a guy on the phone. He says he's your neighbor. He even knows you. He knows your children. He knows your husband. So Lynn says, okay, let me talk to him. So you say hello. You say, oh, I'm your school friend. You remember you went to St. John's High School? You're like, really? So can you give me your boss's cell phone number? We have to, we have some business to do. They're trying to penetrate using some information they found. They don't always have all the information. It's called social engineering. Social engineering, using information that you find. So sometimes you might say, how did that guy, send me an email? Somebody sent me an email and they know I went to this school. You might have put that information online somewhere, right? So they take a little bit of information to try to get more information from you. right? It's called social engineering. You get emails, you get all this kind of stuff. They have some info. They try to get more info from you. Social engineering. It's a very serious thing because scammers use it a lot. You know, scammers use it a lot. And a lot of people fall for it, right? Let me show you an email I got one time from my department chair. Let me see if I can find that email. Okay, now look at this here. Okay, so look at this email here. Let me see if you guys can see this. All right. So I got an email from my department chair, right? And look at what the email says. This is the first part. This was a few years ago, right? And that's my department chair's name. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. So my department chair says available. So I said, yeah, I'm available, right? So look at what he says next. Can you guys read this part?
Yes.
Do you read this, May? So what do you think I should have done when I saw this email? He says he needs help. My department chair says he needs help from me. You're muted, May.
So I think I don't believe that this guy. I think just someone used like information to send it to you.
Yeah, this is my department chair, right? He said he's in a meeting. He's in a meeting right now. He needs my help, right? You know, when you're in a meeting, sometimes you can't talk, so you just send, you know, like a message on your phone or something. So he says he wants me to help him with something right away. So I respond and I say, okay, here's my cell number. Just send me a quick text, right?
Yeah. So
You guys-
so they got your phone number.
So
right?
so I gave him my phone number, right? My department chair. So he says, okay, I need you to help me get iTunes gift cards from the university bookstore. Anu, do you see that? Do you see a problem with, do you guys see any problem here?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
What's the problem you see?
Ask you buy something.
Gift card. iTunes gift card.
Cards.
Mhm.
Do you guys see anything suspicious here at all?
I think the first
Anything-
thing that I noticed is that the email is not from the university. It's just a regular gmail.com. So anyone could create that email.
You're right, but sometimes my department chair uses Gmail. But you're right about that. Right.
Yeah.
Now notice also that I mean, it's asking me to buy something. Why would my department chair ask me to buy something, right? He says, you know, today is my best friend's son's birthday. The English is even very poor. This is my department chair in a university, right?
Mhm.
You shouldn't have such poor English, if you know what I mean,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I mean, go and buy me a gift card, right? I will reimburse you when I get back to the office. It's all crazy stuff. So I didn't respond, and then the person says, "You there? You there?" So I found out that it was a scam because I read the whole thing. I'm like, this sounds crazy. So this guy might have found my email somewhere because, I'm a public person. If you Google my name, you find my email or whatever. So they have some information about you. They want to use that to get more information from you. So we got to be absolutely watchful. Okay. So this is what you call, this kind of emails actually are called phishing. Phishing emails. The spelling sounds like when you go and fish, like PFISH, but it's called phishing. They're trying to see if they can get to you to get something out of you. Right? Has anybody gotten emails like this before? Like stuff like that? Something funny? Do this, do that, click here, click that. Click this link
Yes,
to go to your bank.
It's actually last week I got some message for my phone. It's a text message that asked to pick up the FedEx package.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's a link, but I didn't click anything because I didn't order anything from the FedEx. Like,
Yeah,
so
I got that
Exactly.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I like what Kaus just said. You didn't order anything from FedEx, so why would you click the link when you know you didn't order anything?
yes.
Just
Yeah, I
delete it.
got one of
But some
that
people are,
too.
okay, and what did you do? Did you click the link?
Absolutely not. I didn't. I was not waiting for any FedEx package.
Well, I had a friend who told me that he clicked the link because he was just kind of curious, like, oh, what's at the link? Let me just check it out. It almost destroyed his life, right? Because his bank account got messed up. He had to call his bank. They had to help him out. A lot of things went wrong for this guy. So when you see something that you're not, even if you're not so sure, just a little bit, don't do it. Don't do it.
I got
Right?
one email
It's
from
better-
the bank too. It was a really it was they made the email look like it was from the bank, but they
Yeah.
said that they were canceling my credit card because there was some kind of problem on my credit card, and I just thought, wow, this is really weird. So I just checked the email where it came from, and it was a regular email. So I just deleted and
Yeah, and when you're not sure sometimes, just call your bank directly, right? Call your bank directly and say, is there a problem? But never click on links or respond to those messages, okay? All right, let's move on. So I thought I'll show you that email. All right, so we're going to see all these different things about security, right, in chapter 9 and even chapter 10. So let's do a little bit of it right now. So let's go to the questions and look at the first question here, Alex.
which of the following are activities that a hacker might attempt?
First of all, what's a hacker? Let's talk about a hacker. Alex, what is a hacker? How do you describe hacker?
Someone who do I know what it is, but I don't know how to describe them.
Describe it in English.
A hacker is someone who makes things that they shouldn't do in computers. So
It's hiking
Okay.
in the computer or something. Do not bad person.
The people who are doing these kind of things, phishing emails and that kind of try to
Okay.
Just into
So
your
hackers-
computer, then find the important information, then something.
All right. So hackers try to gain unauthorized, right? Or when you see unauthorized, not allowed, right? They try to gain unauthorized access into your system, right? They try to gain unauthorized, that is, they are not allowed to do it, but they try to do it into your system. And they do it in a lot of different ways, right? But that's basically what it is. A hacker tries to gain an authorized system, right, into your computer system. Okay? So, Alex, which of the following activities that a hacker might attempt? Which one?
So there's more than one answer.
String and password.
Letter A is right.
All of the above.
Website contact. Yes.
I think
So.
All of the above.
All of the above.
I think, yeah.
Yep. So a hacker will try to steal usernames and passwords, right? They might go to a website, for example, and try to guess what your username and password is. They're going to try a whole lot of different things.
Yes.
They just keep trying. They try the name. They try, maybe they find your email, and then they try to log in, and it says it doesn't work. Then they try again. They try something else. Doesn't work. They keep trying and trying, right, to get into your account, right? Or if you're somebody who, let me close this pages here. So here's an example. On your computer, now some people put their password on their computer. Some people put their password on their computer, right? Well, that's very risky to do because people can grab a hold of the password, okay? So there's so many different things. If a website is not secure, and for example, we looked at some not so secure websites, like the last page on the internet, an example might be that. If you go to a page like this that has a broken lock, like up here, and they ask you for your username and your password and your credit card, you don't want to do that. Right? There's a chance that your information is being stolen. So you got to be very careful, right, with your information. Like when you email, right? Don't email your password to somebody else except the email is encrypted, right? We're talking about encryption. Encryption. Right? Encryption, secure data transfer. Things like encryption are needed, right? So a hacker will try to steal username and passwords, try to go to your website and mess up the website, disrupt network communications, right? Those are all activities of hackers. Try to see using different tools, right? They use different tools to see, here's an example of a tool that a hacker might use. Let's say, okay, well, let me see if I can just use this to explain a little bit to you guys. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here, but there's a lot of tools, right, and software that network administrators or hackers also could use to try to see your data. Maybe you're on wireless, you're on a free Wi-Fi, maybe in a restaurant, you're at Dunkin' Donuts, you're Starbucks or something, at the airport, and you're on your phone, on your computer, and that wireless environment is not secure, right? You're using wireless, but it's not secure. You didn't have to use a username or a password. That's a problem. So using the right tools, right, a hacker can be able to see the information that you're, whatever you're doing. What does that mean? You can see this tool. This is called Wireshark, right? If a hacker has this kind of a tool on their computer, they can see what kind of websites you're going to, right? They can see IP addresses, like this example, right? They can see the IP address of where you are and the IP address, like your source IP, that is your computer, and the destination IP where you are communicating with. It's very possible with the right tools, right? They can see what kind of activity that's happening on your computer, right? So, some people just think, oh, I can just quickly go online and just have fun. If a hacker is around you, you may not know it if your communication is not protected, especially if you're using free Wi-Fi and you don't have to log in with a username or your password. There might be a serious problem, right? So if you're going to use Wi-Fi, make sure you log in. They give you a username and a password. It is more secure that way, right? So with the right tools, a hacker can do a lot of this stuff. So I think all of the above will be correct there. Let's check it out. That's chapter 9. All right, so look at that. That's what it says here. So hackers may have different motivations, but the activities include stealing, passwords, usernames, everything we said. That's what they do, right? They try to do things illegally to get access to your information. All right? Let's see what else it says here about hackers. Okay, so that's what we just said here. Hacking refers to a variety of computer crimes, right? It's a computer crime and involves gaining unauthorized, right? That's a big word, unauthorized access to a computer system or its data. And usually they want to steal or they want to cause some kind of a, they want to harm the company or just embarrass the company, right? Like just make the company look bad. That we stole your information, so you guys are really like full of crap, stuff like that. They just want to, shame the company. That's what hackers do. Do we have any hackers in the class? Anybody here, or maybe you work for a hacking company?
You can be hack.
Me, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hack can make so much money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hackers can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
For example, you guys might have heard of ransomware. You might have heard of ransomware. So recently, you may have heard or not of Colonial Pipeline. Colonial Pipeline is they're in Florida, I think, and they help to supply fuel, right? Gas for all the cars and stuff that we use around the country.
Yeah.
So these guys were attacked by ransomware, and ransomware demanded $5 million. $5 million. $5 million, right? To stop the attack. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
But that's also illegal. Totally illegal. And so that's what hackers do. They try to steal and mess up companies and their operations. Okay? All right, let's go on. Next question, Lynn. So you have invented a new toy. You made a new toy for children, right? You made a new toy for children. What type of intellectual property protection should you get? So basically, we want to see the difference here. What is a trademark? You know, when you make something, right? How can you protect it? Is it trademark, copyright, a patent, or receipt? So let's check them out. What's a trademark? Trademark. Okay, so right here, 3 ways to protect intellectual property, right? When you make something, when you own something, when you create something, right? And you want to know, how can I protect it so that when people use that stuff, they have to pay me, or, you know, let's say you create a song, right? Or like we said, you go on Google and you find a picture. How do you protect that stuff, right? So trademarks, copyrights, and patents. So a trademark, so let's see, everything is right here. A trademark is a word, right? A trademark is a word, words, or a symbol, right? A trademark is a word or a symbol for your company. So for example, we look at the Nike. So this Nike swoosh, right? I mean, if you make a product, Lynn, can you just put this product, can you put this logo on your product?
No.
You can't, because it is trademarked for Nike.
Yes.
So a trademark is a symbol, or, you know, or we look at, you know, Pepsi, the Pepsi logo, right? So all these are trademarks, right? All these are trademarks. So the Pepsi logo, the Nike swoosh, they're all trademarks. Symbol, right? It says a symbol or a word. Okay? Or even the Just Do It, right? Just Do It, right? For Nike. So that's a trademark. Okay?
Oh, okay.
A copy, what's that? Question?
No.
All right. A copyright right here says a copyright represented by a copyright symbol protects original works of authorship, such as this book or songs or movies or computer applications, whatever you create, right? A copyright, it protects your creation, right? Whatever you create, it protects your creation. And then finally, a patent signifies ownership of an invention, right? You have a patent, it signifies that you own that invention for a limited time, and then other people can produce it, right? So trademarks are symbols or words. A copyright protects your complete ownership of the thing. It says that you made it, it's yours, right? And the patent, it gives you ownership for a short time. So back to the question, if you invent a new toy,
Yeah. Patent.
patent here,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. All right, so to protect your invention, let's see, let's confirm. Lynn, are you sure you want to ask your husband to be sure? I'm going to keep picking on Lynn. She's like, oh, stop it. Leave my husband out of this. Okay, I'll stop. No more husband, right? All right, so let's see the answer here. Question chapter 9, question 2. All right, Lynn, I think you're right. So a patent signifies ownership, right, of an invention for a limited time. It can be a machine, a process, a formula, a product. A patent, it tells us that you own it, okay?
Yes.
So that's a good one right there.
Time that the patent will last.
Yeah, so generally, from my understanding of patents, it covers you for a short time so that during that short time, you can make all your money. Now, a short time might be like 10 years, like with pharmaceutical products, right? If a company develops a pharmaceutical drug, they own it for 10 years. And then after that, other companies can make generic products. So you might go to the doctor and you have like you have a brand name drug and you have a generic drug. So CVS or Walgreens or somebody can make all those kind of drugs, but that is after your period is over. Then other people can do it, right? So that's why it says a limited time. It covers you so you can do whatever you want to do with it. You own it, but usually people want to get a trademark, you want to get the copyright and the patent. You got to get all that stuff to cover the whole product, right? Okay, let's go on. May, next question for you.
Yeah, which of the following are the threats to the data availability?
Threats, yeah, threats to data availability. So let's see what this means here, right? Now, service outage. What's an outage, May?
No power.
Exactly. You're right. No power. That's it. When there's no power, you're absolutely right. That's it. Let's see what is replay attack. Replay attack. That's a new term. I don't think I've heard replay attack. Okay, so let's see if we see some more here. Okay, replay attack, right? Right here. So, in a replay attack, the attacker says right here, the attacker captures information from a sender with the intent of using it later. So replay, it's like when you replay a movie, you do it over and over and over again. So you capture information so you can use it again and again and again and again and again, right?
Yeah.
So right here it says, for example, when somebody captures transmissions from a client computer trying to log in, if they can get your information when you're trying to log in, they can use that information over and over and over and over again. So a replay is basically just doing that activity, right, repeatedly over and over again. All right, the other option there is wiretapping. Wiretap. All right, so wiretapping, let's see what that is. Okay, right here it says, this is generally when you place a monitoring device in somebody's phone or computer, right? Or we can say unauthorized monitoring of communications between two parties. So let's say, I kind of come to your house when you're not at home. I grab your phone and I put something in your phone. Every time you make a phone call, I'm hearing everything, right? That's wiretapping. When you install something in somebody's phone, landline, or even computer, so you can listen to their information and stuff like that, that's what it is. Wiretapping. Maybe you can even call it phone tapping, right? Okay. And destruction, well, what is destruction? Destruction is destruction, right? You mess everything up, destroy everything. All right, so May, choose two options here.
Data.
So when you say threats to data availability, what can prevent you from being able to access your data?
A.
Service outage. What else?
C.
B, replay attack.
No, wiretapping.
Wiretapping is when a threat to data availability means that your data is not going to be available. Wiretapping just means that people are listening to your information. It doesn't mean that you can't do anything. So A and what?
And D, destruction.
Yeah, so if your data is destroyed or, there is no power, so you can't put on your computer and stuff like that, and you can't access your data, that's a threat. That means your data is not available for you to use. So let's see, number 3. All right, so that's it right there, May. So here are examples of threats to data, right? Denial of service. So denial of service just means that when you basically attack somebody's computer and it has all these problems, maybe you send them a fake file. When they click on that file, it just slows down the whole computer. It just shuts down the computer, like viruses, right? You send an email, for example, with a link, and you click on that link, all kinds of hell breaks loose. So those kind of things are designed to slow down your computer or stop you from accessing your data. Or what we said about ransomware, right? When ransomware attacks your computer, you can't use your files. In fact, they tell you have to pay to get back to your files, right? So those are ways where your data, where you are prevented from being able to get to your data. It might cost you money, but that's the whole purpose of that. All right, let's see a little bit more here. So A and D. Arch, number 4. What is the name of an application that appears to look like a helpful application, but instead it does harm to your computer? So it looks like it's good, it looks like it's good, but once you install it or something, boom, it just does all kinds of crazy things on your computer. It says it appears to look like it's helpful, but it's not. Arch?
Not A, B, C. I don't know.
Not A, B, C?
Yeah.
Only D.
I don't know more about that D. But
so if it's not A, B, C, that means it's D, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because virus.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you're right, but let me tell you why you're right. A Trojan horse. So let me tell you the history of a Trojan horse. It's a kind of virus, but it's called a Trojan horse. So let's see. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys a story here. So this happened a very long time ago in the city of Troy. Troi was a city like long time ago, right? So according to the story, some people wanted to attack this city, but they couldn't attack the city, right? They tried to attack the city, they couldn't attack the city, right? So those attackers, right, they pretended to make this horse as a gift to the city. Like, we're going to give you guys a gift. We're not trying to attack you guys anymore. No problem anymore. We're now friends. We're going to give you a gift to show you that there's no more problem between us. So inside that horse, it was such a big horse, they put all their soldiers and all the army were inside the horse, right? So when the horse, went into the city was so happy. They opened the gates, they welcomed the horse, they were so excited. And as they were celebrating, all the army came out of the horse and attacked the city, right? So it's referred to as a Trojan horse. When something looks like it's for real, but it's not for real, then you're talking about a Trojan horse. I think it might have been the Greeks. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, this
when
is
you have
why
the city of
there's
Troy,
a name that when you say Greek present, you refer a Greek present as a kind of present that is absolutely not good.
okay, you're right. Actually, look at what it says. Oh, you're right, right here. So it says the Trojan horse was the wooden horse used by the Greeks during the Trojan War to enter the city of Troy and win the war, right? So you're right. So the city of Troy was where they were successful in carrying out the attack, right? So that question, Arch, it looks like helpful application. Sometimes when you go and download something, it looks like it's great, but it's not. So right there, it says it will pretend to offer you something. It will pretend to offer you services you want. Because like sometimes you have a free scanner, right? Free. Yeah, so when you see any of these free PC scanners, right, you've got to be absolutely careful because it might just all be fake, right? It might just be fake. When you see all this free stuff, right, so there might be Trojan horses pretending like they are for real, but they're actually intended to harm your computer, all right? Trojan horses. So you're right, Arch. Even though you didn't know how you were right, but you're right. Okay.
There was
Couch.
I tried to.
Okay, go ahead, Alex.
I tried to install a game on my phone, and it was said that it was a great game. It was for free, but when I tried to, looked really attractive. I tried to install it. On the process, he asked, do you allow this game to access your photos and files on your phone? I do.
Yeah.
Does this game need to access my files? So I stopped the installation.
Yeah. All right, very good. I think Kaush, you're next, number 5.
Someone was recently caught sifting through your company's trash looking for confidential information. What is this an example of?
I'll be surprised if you know the answer, Kaush.
It's a big dumpster diving.
Maybe it's called trash snooping.
You know, it's like
Okay, let's see if Couch is right. Right here, number 5. Number 5. Dumpster diving, right? So look at what he says. It's dumpster diving, social engineering, right? Means trying to get information out of another person, and phishing is social engineering using email. All right, so you're right. It's dumpster diving like we talked about. And these are all ways that people try to get your information. All right, let's see one more question and I can let you guys go. Number 6. Anu, are you there? You are implementing a multi-factor security on a computer. Which of the following is not a valid factor? Okay, let me explain what this is. Anu, do you see this question?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, so what is multi-factor security on a computer? Multi-factor refers to using various means ways to identify the true owner of a system / account / PC, whatever it is, right? So it's a very simple example. I mean, you guys, we do it all. I mean, you guys experience that all the time, right? All the time. So when you log into your computer, or let's say you log into a different computer to get into your Gmail account, right? Or, it's going to tell you, we don't recognize this computer. Put in your phone number and get a security code, right? Multi-factor, right? Multi-factor means using various ways to identify the true owner, right, of that account or something, right? So you might get a security code. You have to go into your phone. So first of all, you have a password. Then you might need to have like your phone, right? Your phone, or you might need to have your fingerprint, which is referred to as biometrics, right? So fingerprint might be fingerprint. It might be a fingerprint. You have to, like maybe on your phone or on your computer, you have to use your fingerprint or even your eye scan, right? Those are all biometrics, right? So to confirm that this person is the actual owner of that system, they're going to ask you to use, so usually they call this something you know. That's the first thing. Something you have. Something you have. Like a phone. You're going to use something you know. Something you have, like a phone, to confirm. And then something, this is referred to as biometrics. Something that is part of you. Sort of like that, right? So something you know. You should know your password. If you're not sure, then your phone, then your fingerprint or your eye scan or something else, right? To verify. Sometimes it might be you call your bank and they want to confirm that it's you. So they say, what's your account number? You say, this is my account number. What's your social security number? You tell them. What is your address? You tell them. What is your date of birth? Sometimes I'm telling them, that's enough. Stop. I am sick of all these questions. Just show me my account. Then they tell you, sir, we're doing this for your own protection. What is your secret question, right? It's all multi-factor authentication, trying to be sure that you are the actual owner, right? You're the actual person, not somebody else. You're the actual person.
Yes.
The problem with multi-factor is if somebody else knows your information, like my wife does all our account and banking and insurance and healthcare and all that stuff. So my wife knows all my information. So when they ask her, she just tells them every information. They're like, okay, you're good, right? She just tells them everything. They didn't even say, is the owner a female or male? Once you can answer the questions, boom, right? So that's multi-factor anyway.
And is
Okay,
it
so what's the answer here? Go ahead.
And is it safe to give that kind of person like who works in the bank? They are asking the information, everything that he knows all the information. Is it like?
I don't understand. Is it safe to give the bank?
Yeah, when we call to the bank, they're asking about all the information. Then sometimes we have to tell everything. So that person know all about us. Then.
Oh yeah, the person knows the information already.
Yeah.
They just want to confirm that you're the right person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So your bank, your insurance, your healthcare, they know that information. But if you don't tell them the same thing that they can see, then you're not the right person.
Yeah, but that person can be a threat to us. Can be.
The person who works in the bank, are they safe? Well, they work in the bank. If you don't like them, take your money to another bank.
Yeah, because one day that same thing happened. That they're asking everything. Then I'm worried that all the information is taking me from me. Then little worried.
No, they're not. They're not taking information from you. They're just asking you to confirm. Confirmation, right? Confirmation, because they'll tell you, okay, sorry, ma'am, that account number is not correct. Then you tell them, okay, I don't remember. Try something else. Then they say, okay, what's your date of birth? They have all your information already, right? So they just want you to confirm what they have, and if you cannot confirm it, then you can't get in, right?
Yes.
They're not going to do anything. Even if you're the owner of the account and you forget your information, you're going to have a serious problem because they're not going to allow you get in there.
And one question,
okay.
Professor, the question number 5. What is the trash snooping? It's
I don't know what it is. It doesn't exist.
Not okay.
So it's dumpster diving. All right. So what is number 6? Whose question was that? Number 6?
Mine. My question.
Okay. So all right.
So it's about not a valid factor. So I thought it is a receipt.
So receipt. I don't think it's receipt because receipt actually is. I think it's one of the ways to confirm. For example, let's say you go to Target, right, to return an item. Well, how do you show that you're the actual person, right? That you didn't just steal that thing on the road and say, I want to return it. They're like, did you buy this? Yeah. What's the receipt? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just give me a. You know, some people do that, right? Some people do that. They just steal something and they want to go and return it and get a refund.
Yes.
So having a receipt is going to, I think, it's going to confirm that it's yours or not. So I'm not so sure.
Yeah, C. I think it is C then. Hardware token.
What is a hardware token? What is that about?
A hardware token. A hardware token is like sometimes it might be a small device that the bank gives you and they send you some code. Now everybody has phones, but before we all had phones, we had like little very tiny devices.
Yeah, I used that before.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like actually one of my banks actually gave me something like this. I have one of my banks. So before I do anything, they're going to send me a code to this. It's an actual device, right? They're going to send me a code, and then I have to put that code on the bank website and then do what I'm trying to do. So sometimes it's a little device like any of these guys here, something small that they give you to confirm. All right, we're out of time, 2:31. So what's the answer? Let's check it out. Number 6.
What is the specific location?
Specific, that's the location, like on your when you use your phone, right? Your location. Are you in Brighton? Are you in Watertown? Are you in Cambridge? Are you in your location. All right, so let's see what it says here. Number 6. So let's see. Okay, well, it says it's receipts. So receipts are used for non-repudiation, not for authentication. Okay, you know what? I will explain what it means by that's a big word. I will explain that in the next class. But I think you're right, Anu. So examples of factors are passwords, pins, one-time passwords, software tokens, hardware tokens, biometrics, a specific location, and security questions. So receipt is for a different aspect of security.
Yeah.
That's a big word there. I'll explain what that is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. We're 3 minutes out of time. Lunchtime. Okay, let's do the attendance and we can be done.